Regular guy here. So this is going to be a little different today. So most of my videos, if you subscribe or if you've seen any of my videos, you know they're mostly reloading or shooting stuff or maybe some hunting. And I'm going to kind of switch things up. So I've owned a cabinet shop for, gosh, almost 25 years now. I don't really do too much with cabinets, but I still build a lot of furniture. And I've thought over the years I should do videos showing how to build the furniture. I really love the DIY stuff, and I've decided I'm going to take my channel and push it just a little bit further. So I'm going to show building a lot of furniture, and then also knife making. I really like blacksmithing. Show some of that. Just kind of some of this DIY stuff. So I started going through, and I've got so many pieces of furniture that I've built over the years. My wife is an interior designer, so a lot of times I'll have a client that they're looking for that certain piece and they can't quite find it, and so I get commissioned to build it. I'm going to go through this video and I'm going to show you some really cool stuff that I've built over the last few years and kind of show you some of the things of how we did it. These are some of the pieces. So this little console table, I really like this one. I especially like the leather hardware. So we've got the hardware, the little knobs and pulls. These poles are actually leather straps. I thought that was kind of unique. And you get to see it placed here in the home as well. Just kind of cool. I also like that it's a inset design. So the face frame, the drawers are all flush with the face frame. You don't have an overlay drawer over top of the face frame. Kind of unique, really custom. This one was kind of cool. This is a curved little console, a curved little table. A little tricky to build. I use mostly MDF and soft maple. I really like MDF and soft maple for all my paint grade stuff. And this was kind of a modern design, but you can kind of see that slight curve to the front. Pretty tricky to build a curve like that into your drawers and everything, but I thought it turned out really cool. And just painted white. I don't remember exactly what this was to be used for, but just kind of a little entry table. This one's kind of cool. So this is your very traditional inset cabinet. So inset meaning your doors and your drawer fronts are flush with the face frame. Very custom look. Kind of a cool little storage console. Little glass in the doors. It's just got shelves inside. Do a lot of kind of entry table, entry console. And here's another one. This has got a really unique leg. Thought it turned out just beautiful. Once again, paint grade, MDF and soft maple. The legs are soft maple. Some of my sheet goods I use MDF. 3 cool little drawers. And then this last picture you get to actually see it with the hardware installed. Super cute. Cute little design. This next piece was kind of an interesting one. It looks like 4 drawers. There's actually only 2. And what it is we built it for sheet music. So it's great big file drawers. And this lady was really into teaching music, and so it's to store sheet music. But super cute, super custom. I don't know, I thought that look turned out kind of nice. This next one was just a desk that we did. Man, what a pain in the butt. Pretty cool though. It's all MDF and paint grade. Quite a project. I do a lot of welding and some metal work. This was actually me putting together a porch swing for my wife. And I forgot until I put these pictures together. I actually personalized it to her. So that's why I threw that in there. This just kind of shows the process, the welding, all the frame together, go through and paint it. And then I put a teak wood slats on it for the bench portion, and you can kind of see it completed, and it's just finished with a teak oil. So it's just kind of a natural finish. Good for the outdoors. Teak is super awesome. This next one is another porch swing, but this time it's white oak. And white oak is crazy hard. So it's all just doweled together, and I really like the bench. I decided to go kind of a wide, narrow slat, kind of alternating back and forth. Looks super nice. All done. Put some little black steel X's in there to kind of support the pillows or support your back. Kind of gave it a really unique wood metal look. I like the way this one turned out. It's just finished with a marine grade outdoor finish. And again, it's made out of white oak. And you get to see it here, hung at the house. Super cute little bench. These next two pieces, kind of a cool little end table or nightstands. Just a little matching set. Inset, dovetail drawers. Super cute little things. And again, paint grade. These are just painted kind of a gray tone. So soft maple and MDF. This next one was kind of an interesting one. This went into an absolutely amazing home. And this started out kind of as an idea for my wife, like, hey, I want kind of a little slatted look. So we actually used a reading router bit to create these little slats, if you will, and then built this pretty little table. This is it all finished. Super cute little table. It's almost 8 feet long and about 36 inches tall. This next one was tricky. So this is white oak. This is a rift sawn white oak. So real straight grained white oak, really thick. It's made out of 8/4 material. It's nearly 1.5 inches thick in this picture. Used a bandsaw to cut these scallops and then a lot of sanding. I used a drum sander. I went through quite a few sleeves. One thing you'll notice, because of the way that that scallop is cut, you get a lot of end grain. So super hard to sand, super time consuming. But man, the results, it turned out just amazing. I think this piece, I've had more comments and more people just, what the heck, how did you do this? And it really wasn't that bad. A lot of work on the bandsaw, and again, like I said, a lot of work with a drum sander, but totally doable. This is it finished, and then I got a couple pictures of it placed in the home. Probably one of my most favorite pieces. It was just amazing. Again, white oak. It was a rift sawn white oak, so a real straight grained white oak, kind of with a dark stain on it. I just love that piece. It turned out so pretty. This next one, we had a client go to an antique store, and they fell in love with this little game table. And they wanted me to, I guess, kind of recreate this game table with a couple little changes. They wanted drawers, and they wanted these tabletops to kind of fold out, so the table, in essence, gets about twice as big when they're folded out. So we sketched it out, started the layout. It's made of solid walnut, so a lot of thick, heavy walnut. This is that center column, and it's just a glue up of walnut. I think the column, I want to say it was about 8 inches by 8 inches. It's a pretty heavy, beefy little column in the center. This is it mocked up. Again, just use the bandsaw to cut. This is kind of a square column. This is the base going together. Just a glue up there. Really paid attention to all the grain and all the angles. I wanted the reveals just to be perfect, nice. So you can kind of see how that would fold out. This is the bottom, kind of the underneath view of the top where the drawers slide out. This was a little bit tricky because this had to house the drawers. So the drawers had to pop out. I didn't want them to fall out, so they had to have a little stop. And I also wanted the drawers to support the top. As you fold the top open, the drawer actually becomes the support for the top. So a little tricky. You can see kind of from the top view, as you start to open these little panels, these leaves, if you will, they fold open and rest on those little drawers. Just to kind of help support it, make it a little more rigid. And then this is fully open. All walnut, solid walnut. Cool little piece. There's kind of that completed view of the whole thing. This next one, kind of a treat. You're going to have to try to figure out what this is. So a little miniature table. I did all this out of cherry because I wanted kind of a real deep, old world rich look. The chairs are made of plywood. See if you can figure out what this is. They're made in miniature, kind of a his and hers chair. And of course, we've each got little bases. There's a little ottoman that goes with it. It's all out of cherry, kind of that deep red, rich look. These are the chairs sitting on their bases, and then of course the little ottoman and the table there finished. Have you figured it out? Yeah, these were from Disney's Pixar Up movie. This was the little grandma and grandpa chair. So we actually sent these over to an upholsterer, and my wife came up with the fabric, ordered the fabric special, and they turned out amazing. These are the chairs in the playhouse. So peeking in through the window, yeah, it looked just like the little Up chairs. And yes, the playhouse is the Up house. Pretty wild. This next one, biggest dovetails I've ever made. Really not that hard to do, just time consuming. And I realized I didn't even take a picture of this table done in the house. But it's just great big timbers, 8/4 material again. The sides are solid walnut, and the top is that white oak again, just with great big dovetails. You can see, start to apply the finish. That dovetail just pops with those two different kinds of wood. I don't know why I didn't get pictures of it finished and done, but you can kind of see how cool that was. This next one is cool. So after I did that scalloped entry table, I wanted to make a desk for myself, and I wanted to incorporate those scallops into my desk. I chose walnut. Here you can see I'm starting to work on the trim pieces that are going to go around the desk. I wanted the desk top to be leather, and then I thought, you know what, I want to put a cool band around it. So I actually used tile Schluter. So it's the metal trim that tile installers will use around their tile. And I put the leather down, contact adhesive, put that Schluter around, and then there you can see these trim pieces starting to go around to trim out the desk top. And then that other picture you could see I recreated those scallops again. This is all solid walnut. I thought it turned out amazing. I really love the leather top. It's super nice to write on, and it's just got a very rich, amazing feel to it. A piece that would cost a grundle of money, but man, you do it yourself, it's actually quite affordable. Pretty nice. 3 little drawers on the front. Anyway, super cool. Hope you enjoyed that. Like I said, I'm going to start to do and kind of show some DIY projects, how to do this yourself. I'm going to take each piece of furniture, we're going to build it, and I'm going to show you how you can do it. It's actually a lot simpler than what you might think. And if you're into woodworking, if you're into furniture making, I would love to show you some of these things. I'm also going to do some videos, like I said, blacksmithing, making some knives. I just want to push this channel just a little bit further. If you like what you're seeing, subscribe to it. And man, give me a like. That really pushes the algorithm. It pushes the videos out there. I love doing this stuff. I'm going to share what I can. I love the community out there. I have had so many amazing comments and people that reach out to me, and I just love it. So hopefully if you're loving what you see, give me a subscribe, watch for the videos. I've got 3 pieces of furniture that I'm working on right now that I'm going to take you through the whole process and show you how to do each one. Should be really cool. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. Happy trails.